Evening, everyone. How are we? Welcome in. Hello, I'm Jason. We're doing corn dogs tonight. Gonna be doing corn dogs as an ingredient. Gonna be doing a panzanella using corn dogs. So we're gonna turn corn dogs into a salad tonight. We're gonna turn corn dogs into a soup tonight. And lastly, we're gonna have some. I'm gonna do both corn dog cookies and corn dog ice cream, and we're gonna put them together and make some corn dog sandwiches. So, yeah, corn dogs. Let's see what time. I have to start actually by cooking some of these. I got them packed into my freezer. I got everything packed in my freezer right now. Okay. Get back in there. Okay. I'm going to start with cured frozen hot dogs. Yeah, and I might actually, I picked up these corn dogs for main use tonight, but I've also got, because I wanted some variety and potentially using it for the menu, I'm going to try and use one of these for like a garnish, which they're like an everything bagel with all beef sausage in there. Looks like it's mostly just little poppy seeds on there, but it's supposed to be an everything bagel. Oh, it doesn't say everything bagel. It just says wrapped in oven baked bagel. Are all of them just oven baked, or? I guess all of them are just oven baked. I guess they aren't everything bagels. But, so we're going to start off with these. Let's see how long we need to cook these. 350 for 15 to 25. Grab ourselves a pan of parchment. So how is everyone? Hopefully everyone's doing lovely tonight. It's been a long time since I've had a corn dog. And I don't know that I've ever bought corn dogs for at home. I think they're something I've always gotten at like fairs and stuff like that. Why they started doing that with the frozen boxes. Actually, I gotta keep one of these nice for the display, but why do they do that on all these frozen boxes these days? They tie the tabs in. I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world to get it out, but it surprises me that they generally do that for like all these frozen foods these days. I guess it makes a little bit more sense since these aren't in like a separate bag, which actually sort of surprises me. Because usually there's like they're sealed in like a bag inside of the box sort of a thing. So we'll start with 2 boxes. I've got another box in case this is not enough. These are slightly smaller than I was predicting. I mean, I was predicting to be hot dog size, and these are a little, like, maybe half a hot dog almost? Because, I mean, you gotta figure that there's probably an extra batter on the top and the bottom of that. But we'll wait for that oven to warm up, and what can we do while we're waiting for that oven to warm up? What do we got in the plans here? My mind is all over the place as far as stuff because I went out and did my shopping for most of the week today, and so like I've got plans for like later on this week we're doing chicken and dumplings with dulce de leche brownies, and we're doing strawberry for the focus on Sunday. I even picked up some things for later on next week when we're doing fish and chips, and we're doing I'm going to be doing the real interesting dinner is going to be next Sunday. Is going to be making crepes, which is something I've never done at home to begin with. I don't know if I've even made crepes. I mean, I've made like thin pancakes and things along that line. I don't know if I've properly made crepes anywhere. But I'm going to do crepes, and I'm going to turn them into chimichangas. So we're going to do crepe chimichangas first. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And so I've been trying to figure out recipes, trying to figure out what I'm doing for everything, and that's all swimming around in my head right now. Let's see, we got... can we get going on... Let's do a little prep for our panzanella while we're waiting on that oven to warm up. We got... several things to clean up here for the panzanella. We'll start with a good old cucumber. In the impenetrable plastic that they put on these things. Let's use about half of this. That's probably all good to eat. We'll cut down and avoid most of the seeds in the center of this. Nothing really wrong with the seeds, but they're not great texture-wise. That compost has to go. Choking on the fumes of that compost right now. Need a couple of these for the soup too. That'll be good. We're not hoping to make just enough for really tonight, because I'm not really looking, well, maybe tonight and tomorrow, we'll see, but not looking to make ginormous amounts of soup and salad. Trying to sprout again here. Set those up there for with the soup. Actually, we'll throw these with the soup too. That's actually probably good for salad. Hey Tahiti lady, welcome in. How you doing tonight? And I am still not hearing myself in my ear, which is rather frustrating. Let's try that. Nope, still not hearing myself. Oh, I gotta do actually. Glad you're doing well, Tahiti lady. Let's try that once more and see if we can get this to work properly. Let's see. Nope, that didn't change it. Oopsies. Let's see if we can do it this way. Can I hear myself? Now I can hear myself. There we go. Yep, that's cucumber. We got some celery. Now we're going to cut some onion. I'm going to close my bedroom door ahead of time here since I don't think we're getting smoky tonight, but I'm already smelling that oven. Come on. Why you no peel? Peel for me, onion. One heck of a root on this one. Both sides. It's a double onion. Okay. Putting the corn dogs in the oven. Put them in there for 20 minutes because I pulled them right out of the freezer. They suggest 15 minutes if it's thawed, 25 minutes if they're frozen. They're sitting on the stove there a couple minutes. Let's see how they're looking like after 20. Let's have this first. Debating if I want to do a whole half onion here with our salad or maybe just like a quarter. Yeah, why don't we stay with that for our salad, minus the top that's trying to regrow there. Thank you for that follow, Have Tummy. Welcome in, welcome. And hello, Blue Moon, welcome in. How you been? Glad to see you back. And the rest of this we're doing for soup, so we'll do it the same way. Glad to hear, glad to hear. I'm doing pretty good. Days seem to just be flying since daylight savings, though. Sort of got my schedule somewhat changed up. Somewhat got, what do we got going on here? We got an ugly layer in that onion. We're gonna ditch this part. By ugly part, I assume it was sort of like, what happens is the onions when they're older, when they're trying to regrow, when they're trying to become their own plant, is some of those outer layers, or even the inner ones, will become sort of scummy and sort of break down because they're using all the energy out of them to grow new sprouts instead of producing their normal energy. Yeah, we're going to be doing... I'm going to do cornbread cookies, and then I'm going to put a slice of corn dog in the center of the cornbread cookie. Bake them like that, and then we're going to use those to sandwich our corn dog ice cream. So we'll save this off to the side for our soup. Zoop. Ooh, first battle already. So we'll run our 90-second pre-roll. Hey, Obi! How are you this morning? Certainly not morning here. I need some water. I'm gonna get some water while we're waiting. People's to come back. And I salted all these on purpose because I want these to lose some of that moisture. That moisture is going to turn into our dressing almost, or rather I'm going to mix that with some vinegar and oil to make our dressing essentially that will coat everything in, and then everything is going to go in here. So we'll put that in there so I remember that those are put together. We got basil still to go in with the salad. We got corn dogs still to go in with the salad, and I got to make the dressing for the salad still, so that's certainly not done at this point. But let's do our battle. Uh-oh. This ain't looking good. No. No. We gonna do this, folks? We gonna get this? This gonna happen? We actually gonna win this? Wow! Victory! Hard fought. Who's gonna win those 30 scrolls? 30! Entropy getting those kills, Stoned to Death getting the assists, basically saving us here. We had Cats from Oz survive until the end, but... And Tahiti Lady with all those scrolls, wow. That's like a couple of levels, I think. Congrats. Boss defeated. And new map. Let's see, we take top or the bottom route here. Loyalty chest. Oh, that's good to hear, Obe. I'm glad that she's doing better. I appreciate you updating me on that. Yeah. Now you just gotta get the sleep back in order. Of course, I've been having that same issue myself. Nice chili. Still wondering we go middle or top or bottom route here. Sort of want to do the boss for the level, but the top routes seem like they have. We got loyalty chest and a chest down here. Let's do the bottom route. And there we go. We'll see how we do in 30 minutes. I've gone like a good solid better part of a decade, waking up early for doing farmers markets and going to sleep at like 9 Pacific on the dot. And I've just been pushing later and later and later. Now I'm like averaging midnight. And now I feel like the day's like completely over because I'm sleeping in until like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning instead of waking up at 5 or 6. Need to fix that. This is too much celery for our soup tonight. Yeah. Maybe we'll throw one of these back. Yeah, I enjoy me some corn dogs. Like I said, I don't think I've ever had corn dogs done in the oven. I don't expect them to be nearly as good as that freshly fried corn dog. There's actually a couple corn dog vendors that do the farmers markets here in Sonoma. But they're usually more what I call the summer warriors. They're the vendors that show up only for the peak season and then disappear the rest of the year. Going a little larger with our celery cut here for the soup. Thank you, Obi. I have a horrible habit of leaving that game on. Now see, that's one you should have got, Obi. That was right up your alley. I have caught one that I haven't fixed here that I do know needs to be fixed, but that wasn't it. I've got par cooking in there with an extra O. Yeah, we'll do them together. Mexican tomatoes. Winter tomatoes. I'm not a huge celery fan either, and I certainly don't like supermarket celery. And I've gone on this rant a couple of times on stream, but to me, supermarket celery tastes like dirty water most of the time. It doesn't have the flavor that real celery does. So I'll often use celery root instead of celery. Or, yeah. I don't hate it that much. Have tummy. Going sort of smaller on the tomatoes than if I had nice, pretty, multicolored heirlooms available right now. I'd probably do big hunks in this salad. But I'm going to chop it up fine. Nice. I took the top off because I was worried about the skin causing everything else to slide that much more. Like... That way I can just jam down on the top and not worry about crushing that one layer of tomato.
We throw a little of this tomato in the soup. No, let's just put this all in the salad. Panzanella, it's not French, it's Italian term for bread salad. So instead of bread, we have corn dogs. And so the bulk of the salad is actually going to be the corn dogs and tomatoes. Sort of doing a play on bread salad and bread soup tonight. Turning corn dogs into soup, salad, and sandwich tonight. Oh, hey, car guy. I didn't notice that you just snuck in here. How are you this evening? And so I'm going to take the small ones, add that into the larger dish here, as we're outgrowing our smaller bowl. No, because, well, if you've had bread soup, which is an Italian dish as well, yeah. Gonna be using chicken stock as our base for that. And then we'll use the corn dog and the breading on the corn dog especially as our thickener for the soup. Debating if I want to add more cucumber into this. It's sort of light for what I was thinking. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow, Shot Queen. Thank you for that raid, Metro. Appreciate that. Quiet timer. Working on baking some hot dogs back here right now. And let's see. I think we're okay. So these are our corn dogs tonight. Corn dogs. Welcome in, everyone that's coming in with the raid. Glad to have you. Sorry we got a couple of things going on at once here. But we got some corn dogs that I just baked and pulled out of the oven. Those are going to be the base. And if you're unfamiliar, Wednesdays here I do ingredient challenges. I hold weekly votes in the Discord. And this week's ingredient challenge is using corn dogs as an ingredient. And so I am turning corn dogs into salad, soup, and a sandwich. The sandwich is actually going to be dessert. So I'm making both corn dog ice cream and corn dog cookies. So we put those together. And then panzanella, we got the start of our panzanella here. We've got some veggies chopped up. And then we're going to use the corn dogs to act as our crunch and our main content there. We got the starts on our soup. That's all going to get sauteed up. We can put our cucumber away. Still happy to see all ya. So how is everyone? Enjoying our evening? Yes, bacon is an amazing thing, but not on tonight's stream. Or at least not in the plans for tonight's stream. Let's see how this... Wow, that's sort of sweet. That was sweeter than I expected it to be. That's almost like sweet cornbread. Nice! I noticed you running around with her and her fleet of dogs. I was sitting there wondering if her wolf pack was going to crash the server. It seemed a little, I don't know, maybe it was just a little bit that I caught while you were streaming earlier, Metro. But it did seem a little laggier around her. But that's a really cool game. I've been sort of digging watching some of that. Yeah. Get a little of that tomato juice up off of the board. And we gotta chop up our basil. I'm not just gonna put it in their whole leaf. And this is early too, because it's gonna discolor from cutting it. So we'll wait to put the basil in there until later. I think we're getting going with our ice cream here next. Now we got our corn dogs chopped, cooked up. Let's do a little investigation here first. See what we got as far as a product here. I haven't made these before. As I was saying before, I don't think I've ever made corn dogs, especially out of an oven, but at home. Oh, that'll go good with the salad. It's got a nice crunch to it. See if we can pull the hot dog out easy. Oh, that could have lended us to all sorts of things for desserts. I maybe made this too easy on myself. But yeah, that'll work nicely for in our salad. Let's see what we've got for... That's a little sweet too. How much sugar is in these? There's none directly in it. Wow, those taste sweet for being... Well, thankfully it isn't Korea here, Obe. I could red nut, but what I'm planning on doing for that is we're doing ice cream sandwiches. But yeah, could do ice cream sandwiches like this probably too. Be sort of cool. Sort of like the cream puff sundae I did. Okay, I've already forgot where I was going with things here. Ice cream. We need to whip. Ice cream. We need to whip. Cream. Time to whip some cream. Green bean ice cream was pretty awesome. It essentially had no flavor. So, I mean, if you were looking for green bean ice cream, didn't turn out great. But flavor-wise, the green beans just like disappeared, and it was like vanilla ice cream. It was pretty awesome. We'll start with 2 cups of good organic heavy cream. I'm going to use the same type of ice cream as I did last time, which is the higher fat style of homemade ice cream. It's sort of cheating almost, because we're not having to worry about making our custard. Don't have to worry about the eggs at all. Don't have to... The issue with the custard is you want to cook the eggs, but you don't want to create scrambled eggs. So you want to cook the eggs so slowly that they essentially don't solidify, or they're so spread out that they don't appear solidified. Instead of that, we're using tons and tons of fat and high sugar. We'll mix this heavy cream with some condensed milk, and then we'll mix in our hot dogs on top of that. It's going to take me a moment here to whip up this cream, though. We want to bring this right up to the point it's practically butter. But actually, this ice cream has the fat content on it is up there so high that it will actually like coat the spoon. Like, I don't know if you've had something where it's extremely high fat, where, you know, like if you stick your spoon through butter or something like that, it doesn't completely come off, and it doesn't even completely come off if you lick it clean. Or you got to go back at it a couple of times. That's what happens with this. There's that much fat in this type of method of ice cream. I wonder how many people know what Korean sweet meat is. Along that lines, Nith. Starting to doubt it, Metro. I will tell you that they are trying to shut them down, but they still exist. When it comes to Korean sweet meat. It's one of those cultural things that just stands the test of time. Whiskey while I whisk. It's not a bad plan, but do have this bottle of Riesling showing here. That's in the plans here for wine while I whisk. Get rid of those watermarks. Make sure we don't got any lipstick marks on our... No, but that is always the bane of any bar Bars do not like lipstick. So you mean save the wine for tomorrow? Let's see, is this thing got a cutesy little tear thing? Yeah, it does. So we're going pricey tonight. This is a whole $4 bottle of wine here. I mean, it's not $2 chuck, but it's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. I expect this to be essentially sugar water. This is the Forestville brand. I've done Forestville on the stream before. I don't think I've done their Riesling before. But they're sort of like the... well, they're carried by the family supermarkets and the smaller chains. They're not the... So we've got this one on the list for tonight. And I also grabbed... Oh, those are both from... And then I got two others that are... I restocked the rack here. I got Oliver's Own. Oliver's is a supermarket brand here in Sonoma County. They've got, I think, 4 locations in Sonoma County. And so this is their own brand of wines, and I haven't had their wines yet. So this is their Zinfandel, and I got a Cab Sav from them. Also, along that lines, I've got a couple other Cab Savs. But all these are in the $10 range, I believe. Or less. And I got this for a lighter dinner night. Which, if you guys have been following along, I've been really digging the Rosé Pinot Noirs. I don't know if they're a new fad here in Sonoma County or what, but they're all got great minerality to them that I've had, and I'm a mineral junkie when it comes to white wines, other than Riesling. Got nice hazy golden hue there. That is quite golden, actually, for a... You can see it over the cream pretty well. $10 is... I would say $10 is probably your average for being able to get it out profitable these days. And it's going to be your general supermarket wine. But a lot of them are higher than that. And then you get into scarcity, you get into uniqueness. You gotta sell them. So anything less than that, like this, or the Oliver's brands, they're probably taking a little bit of a hit on those in order to use them as a draw. Hey Trigger, welcome in. Yeah, it's sugar water. That's some... I don't know if there's really any mineral... Oh, there's a little mineral there. Mostly like a... It's almost like sweet apple juice, to be honest. It's pretty... Pretty simple stuff. Riesling's sort of an interesting wine, as far as wines go. It's a type of grape that's both used for sweet and savory, or not savory, but dry wines. And this is certainly on the sweeter end, and they're certainly more known as being a sweet wine because Germans know how to make some sweet Rieslings. But if you go into, say, New York Finger Lakes or other locations, you can have some really good dry Rieslings as well. Welcome in, Trigger. How you doing tonight? Yeah, a little bit like that, Red Nut. I don't think I said hello to you. Welcome in as well. Starting to get a little body there. Oh, wait. I think you know, but a dry wine is drier. It's not. It's intended more for savory purposes or eating with food. Most red wines are dry wines. It's the opposite of being a sweet wine. Nice steak dinner. Yum yum. Getting close here. Starting to hold our shape as we whisk. The ribbons are showing. How do I feel about dry aged steak? I feel like in most cases it's an excuse for people to leave it in their fridge too long. A well done dry aged steak is a great thing. Few restaurants properly do it. And you also have to appreciate what a dry aged steak does. You can appreciate the beef, but a dry aged steak is going to give you that same like fermented funk. You'll get a bit more of that with your meat, and it doesn't just break down the meat and make it tenderer, which it does do. Do our pre-roll ad. Getting close here with this. Not quite stiff peaks though. Not much more needed to get there though. Now we're getting there. Okay. Yeah. Wet age just means that they let it sit in their refrigerator in the same bag they bought it in. Or they may have cleaned it up and put it in a cryovac bag and back in the fridge. But that's what wet age generally means. Dry age, you need a proper place to store it, which is you're not just putting that in your typical refrigerator. You typically have especially if you're a restaurant doing steaks, you have a specific cooler set up, a specific temperature, specific humidity, all that good stuff. And so it's a process. And I don't think enough... my real answer is I don't think the average person eats enough steak to be able to tell the difference. And so to me, it's a little bit more of a marketing term than it is. But if you are an absolute steak nut, yes, a dry-aged steak is going to give you a better texture because it's been broken down properly. And if it's done by a proper restaurant, it's giving you a nice flavor because it's giving you that little bit of extra funk, which just enhances the beef overall. But the difference between that and just a normal steak for the average person, it's probably not worth the money to you. I actually don't even buy fancy steaks when I go out to steakhouses anymore, because half of the time their lesser cuts are prepared better than their, like, you go out to your typical chain restaurant these days for a steak, and you'll have a fancy tenderloin, but the flat iron will have been marinated, will have been treated properly, and will end up being just as good for a cheaper price. That was quick. That was no problem. Sapphire Mist getting those kills. Saggy Bear getting the assists. Welcome in, both of you. Edgy Hercules, Entropy, and Sapphire Mist getting the rewards. And we're going to do the bottom route here. Or wait a minute. Doesn't really matter if we go top or bottom here. Which of these two we got? Is this a bronze? That's bronze. Silver. Silver chest. Let's go with the silver chest. And we'll do that in 30 minutes. Okay, so we got this lovely mixture here. We also need corn dogs. So I'm going to use up the rest of this and this just because it's here and handy. And oh yeah, this is going to work great for our panzanella. Add all that in. I don't know, I was thinking one more corn dog for this, but looking at that pile there, I'm sort of debating it in a second too. I don't know, that might be enough. I mean, you want it in there and noticeable, but don't want so much in there that it's going to overflow my little ice cream maker. I think that might be enough to do our ice cream. Not going to add any vanilla to this batch. Yeah, same thing with this one. It's like solidified at the bottom. so much fat and sugar in this that it's solidified. Let's see if we can't dig a little bit of that out with a different spoon. I bought a whole bunch of cans of condensed milk today. I was going to be gonna boil some of those off ahead of time for Friday's dinner. I was going to use dulce de leche, use the condensed can hack here, which, if you're not familiar, the quick and easy way to make dulce de leche, although it's a bit more dangerous, is to boil whole cans of condensed milk in water for several hours. So I'm probably going to start that with a couple photos on Twitter, and then just so all of you, the finished product, since it's just boiling cans in water. But you do want to do that. In order to do that safely, you want to use enough water that you are, without question, submerging those cans. You want those cans preferably up off of the heat, so not on the bottom of the pan, using anything from a towel or just something on the bottom to break the heat barrier. And then you want at least an inch, if not a couple of inches of water above that can, so that that metal heats up with the water and cools down with the water. Because you're worried about that pressure difference between the inside and outside of the can. You do not want exploding metal in your kitchen. We'll start with a simple whisking of this up a little bit here by hand. And we'll feed this into our ice cream maker next. Yeah, I think that'll be good for our corn dog edition here. You can see it in there. Ooh, digging project. Oh, cool. See if we can get this ring, this seal on there properly this time. I don't think so, but there we go. I think I added sugar last time. I think I added vanilla last time. I think I added a bit of salt. I'm going to assume that our corn dogs is going to give us those flavors, minus the vanilla. Or that sugar, since these are pretty sweet for what I think is supposed to be a savory meal. Tastes yummy. Nice, tummy. Beating out Tahiti lady. She's normally my scramble star. And so, churning time. I have to sit here and churn for good 20 minutes or so, which is fine because we don't need our corn dogs to be hot tonight. Yeah, I know that there's reverse scramblers out there and websites and stuff that you can do stuff. And you might be able to use those for the English words, but I figure it's probably not going to be as easy to find the multilingual words in there, which is why I made my own dictionary. But at least they're mostly food related. I don't know if Tahiti Lady's going to agree with me on that anymore. Yeah, Red Nut, this is a great project, or doing this is a great one for kids. Have them help out in the kitchen. You know, it's ice cream. You know, who wouldn't want to sit there and help make ice cream? Make them realize that the work is, I caught that too, Red Nut, but give them a chance to realize how much work goes into some of their food, even though most of it's made with a machine. I certainly think more people, especially here in the U.S., need to go through. Our laws completely prevent it, but more people in this country need to have the experience of killing what they eat. People just don't have appreciation for the amount of stuff. I mean, people complain about their milk being more than $1 at the store, not sitting there thinking that, oh geez, someone paid to have a cow live for half of its life to make that milk for you. And then somehow milk that cow, process the milk, and then put it in a jug and transport it to store, somehow made a profit on it, and the store somehow made a profit on it. It's... You could say the same thing about eggs, and I caught a Twitter post earlier today of someone saying that there is no such thing as junk food. It's like, what world are you living in? I don't know how many different companies we got here on Twitter trying to offer up mystery powders, probably made in some warehouse back office, because they're all dietary supplements and don't even have to go through proper food laws. Oh yeah. I wouldn't go that far, Obey, but at least here in the States. I mean, here in the States, think about this one. 85% of our meat come from the same, I think it's 3 producers. And so, you know, that same junk meat that you're getting in McDonald's, it's the same thing you're buying from the supermarket. Now, granted, the fast food joints are slaughtering the dairy cows that have been around forever, and not meat raised to be meat, but it's still the same stuff. It's still going through the same plant. It's still seeing the same inspectors. Don't know how much of that is a case in other countries. I would assume many other smaller countries probably have much more of an impact to their farms. Whereas here in the States, after World War II, our government turned everything into national security. We got to secure that corn and wheat and soy so that we don't have to buy wheat and rice from Asia or China, Asia or Europe, or someone we might be at war with. Sort of surprising. I expected this to not really have much of a difference. I gave this a good 24 hours in the freezer. But the ice cream I made, what was that? Last Wednesday? Was that... When did I make ice cream last? Last Friday? No, it was last Wednesday. I did it with the green beans. It seemed to freeze a little bit easier than it's doing tonight. It's still freezing, but... That's good, Obe. Yep, last week's challenge ingredient was canned green beans. And so I made canned green bean ice cream. Which is awesome because it didn't taste like green beans at all. But, starting to get a little ribboning going on in there. Yeah, that green bean... Well, the casserole I made that night certainly didn't work, though. I did the classical green bean casserole, but I did it with different brand green beans, different brand cream of mushroom, and the topping I used those bagel crisps or pretzel crisps, those thin pretzel crisps, and yeah, that just didn't work out. That's actually still in the fridge. I gotta get rid of that. Well, it's sort of odd how the food world works nowadays. I was watching I think it was Sorted. It was definitely a UK video where they were talking about seafood, and they were saying that, yeah, it was Sorted. They were talking about the frozen fish in the UK. Basically, all of it is being fished like around the UK, but they're transporting it to Asia to be frozen and packaged and labeled, and then they're shipping it back just to do that. Of course, the international fishing... I was watching another video on that, how... international waters, and so you got who knows who actually doing a vast majority of our fishing. But since I got a allergy test in my most recent blood test here, I'm probably not doing a ton of seafood. I never really was big on seafood, but apparently I am mildly allergic to not shellfish, shrimp. And specifically shrimp, too. So, yeah, probably going to be cutting shrimp out of my diet. Which cuts a lot of seafood out of the diet, because a lot of seafood dishes, even if they aren't primarily shrimp, they'll use shrimp as a secondary in it. Yeah. But I'm also apparently mildly allergic to corn, dairy, and wheat, but not gluten. None of them serious allergies, but yeah. Well, actually, most fish these days, especially if it's cod, get packed right on the ship, and it's probably some sort of legal fluke that they're saying they're being labeled in China or something like that. I don't know. But I've seen those, I don't know if it's How It's Made or one of those type videos on how they process fish on the ocean. And they're giant ships that essentially have the whole factory built into the ship. They're cleaning them, gutting them, packing them, and freezing them all right there on the ship. Which, international waters, who knows who's actually doing that work? Because slavery is still a thing. Boggles my mind that this day and age in this world economy that we still have countries that will, take your passport away from you, or allow your worker, your company to take your passport away from you, or starting to get some decent tearing now, not just ribbons. So we are cooling down nicely here. Yeah, apparently. And our milk's still only $1. Have a good one, Perkins. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great evening. Or great day, or whatever time it be for you. We're almost there with our ice cream. This is sort of our big time sink of the evening, I think. Wow. Tummy just stealing them all from Tahiti Lady. We still got the chunks of corn dog in there, very obvious. So I'm okay. It's maybe on the lighter side of here with the amount of corn dog I could have thrown in there, but we're sandwiching this between corn dog cookies, so I think we'll be okay. Oh, we get that here too, Obi. We have commodity crops here in the States where the government pays farmers to not farm their crops. Farmers in the States farmers are getting the raw deal here of the trade talks between the United States and China and other countries here. Not many people, it's been sort of buried how much in the billions our country is paying off our farmers. But I don't know enough to say that doing tariffs was a stupid idea, but I sort of feel that way. Okay, so I'm going to stop with this. That's looking like a nice ice cream base. It's got a nice solid structure to it. Hey, it tastes sort of like corn dogs. Let's use this. Same spatula I used to put it in the container and we'll use to clean it out of the container. Not just ice cream, corn dog ice cream. Hey, Head Mama Bear. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a lovely Wednesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Don't know how internationally that is celebrated. But at least here in the States, it's St. Patty's Day. Should be doing corned beef and cabbage. Aren't you glad I'm not doing corned beef and cabbage? And same thing with this as last time, because I don't want to heat up that center container. I'm going to let this sit out for the evening and allow it to come back up to room temperature. And I will clean it up here, say tomorrow. And we'll put our corn dog ice cream in the freezer. Get that solidifying up. That's gibberish to me, Tahiti lady. I think I just heard our stream readers. Yep. Okay, we'll do our pre-roll. I'll do some washes while we're waiting on that. Welcome back. Two more things to wash before we run our battle. In Gaelic, huh? That's interesting. Are you fluent or just a couple key phrases? Someone died quick. Just that one. Ooh, booze. Cheers. Oh yeah, there's some minerality on that nose. Maybe some pear. But yeah, that's just some... That's damn good for a $4 bottle of wine. Edgy Hercules getting those kills. I helped out with the assists, apparently. Entropy and Nith getting those scrolls. Congrats. And on to... Ooh. Did I just see I completed a quest? Yay. Go to our army here. Upgrade what we can. Trying to get my tank up to 30 there, so I'm basically rolling nothing but my tank. Oh, my monk got more than one upgrade there. Okay. Anything interesting in the store? Rogue will take. Tank will take. Rogue will take. And Rush will leave. Okay. I'm putting my tank up here. You can't buy just straight scrolls. I did waste a good probably 500 coins the other night because you can spend the 100 to refresh that list, and then it doubles the next time. So it's 100, then it's 200, 300, 400, or I don't know if it's 200 to 400. But anyways, it keeps increasing every time you do it. So you can't just sit there and punch a ton of scrolls. But I have been working on using the scrolls more. Okay, so we got our ice cream in the freezer. I think it's time to make some cookies. And I'm going to loosely follow a recipe here. I have a recipe here for cornmeal cookies. Just because I wasn't sure how much moisture I needed with the cornmeal. Because I figured that was going to be different than flour. So pull up a recipe here, see what our differences are. Number one thing I'm noticing that I forgot to do, was telling myself I was going to do before stream, but didn't do, is I need some butter softened. So I'm going to cheat and use some microwave. And take a sip of wine while we wait. We use the same bowl. There we go. Nice soft butter. That isn't what I intended to do. Have a good one, Tommy. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for that follow. To that, we're going to add sugar and more sugar. Both light and brown sugar. or granulated and brown. Excuse me. Hey Lexi, how you doing this evening? Glad to have you with us for corn dog night. Turning corn dogs into soup, salad, and sandwich. The sandwich is for dessert. Also, I have freed up my VOD viewing here on Twitch. Seeing how it works. I originally locked on my VODs to subscribers only because I was worried about DMCA stuff and just didn't want to have to bother with figuring that out. And I think we're going to be okay, I guess. And so I have unlocked the normal VODs, but as usual, once they're done on Twitch, you gotta get on Patreon in order to check out my old ones. Stand. Packing the sugar in. That basically did that bag in. There's a little bit left in there. Save that for with some other project in the future. And I've got more brown sugar, so I don't have to remember to buy more. So we're doing our creaming method here as we typically do with cookies, starting by mixing all of our sugars and fats and doing our best to coat all of our sugars with those fats, making sure every sugar granule gets a little fat on it. So it sort of protects that sugar, allows it to spread throughout the cookie as it bakes. So I'm going to be here for a moment, mixing all this butter and sugar together with this fork. So what's everyone having for dinner tonight? What's new in your guys? new and interesting for you folk. Any corn dog fanatics out there? I know we had someone, what was it, Chili Music? Someone was getting corn dogs delivered to them because they got influenced by my using corn dogs tonight. I thought you were leaving pizza until you get to... I'll give you a break for comfort food. But I thought pizzas was Sunday race day food. Lunchtime. Corn dogs are great for lunch. Okay, so we got that and that mixed. Add in our... I'm going to add it directly into this. I'm not going to shy away and do all wet ingredients off to the side. Let's do a little vanilla. We call them Pluto Pups here. Really? That's interesting. A cutesy name for it. We don't want to go with flour just yet. That's basically all we got going, though. We got a little honey. No, it's cultural differences. Or business differences. I mean, just look at the differences between the US and the UK, and I messed up. Not majorly, but I was planning on halving this recipe so that I didn't have a gazillion cookies. Oopsies. What temp we need our oven at? 350. Nice, Obe. Yeah, I don't do enough with beans. I wish I did more cooking with beans. And that's something that hopefully will push a little bit more, but I gotta remember when I'm writing my menu. I forget I sit here and tell you guys all these things that I want to do and want to work on. They just, when it comes to writing upcoming days. What did I do with that? Where's my quarter measure? I went and hid it somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Huh. It up and disappeared on me. Oh well. Hey Glass, welcome in. How you doing this fine day? This lovely day. This Corn Dog Wednesday. This corn dogs for St. Patty's. Beanuary. Well, if they added the smell function, you guys would have to smell my compost too. I don't know. It's sort of like the sound. Like, I want to share some stuff with you folks. Certainly not everything. Oh, come on, bag, work with me. Yeah, we're working on making corn dogs into salad, soup, and a sandwich tonight. Mixing our cornmeal in with our fat and sugar. I'm going to try and incorporate that completely before we add our flour in. Thank you, Ovid. I don't know about bean month, but yeah, we definitely need more beans on stream. Where are we looking at? Yeah, it's a month. Team Bone In is talking about doing a Munchies themed weekend for this time next month. So that's probably coming up. I also think they're talking fair food for in the summer. Oh, you want me to use different beans every day of the month? Wow. Yeesh. Why, they don't treat you well, Glass? They make you too noisy? Life's been pretty good for me, though, otherwise. Let's see, how much flour are we doing? Oh, you got a problem with corn dogs?
These were even baked. It's approximately a cup and a quarter of flour. Not even gluten-free, uncured beef corn dogs? Not even... Oh, nope, they're just all natural. So just mixing to combine here now. Oh, there's probably an egg or two in this. No, there isn't. There's no eggs in this. How weird. Normally you add your eggs to the sugar and flour and it's like, wait, we didn't add any eggs. Oh, it does have an egg. I'm just missing things. Welcome! Thank you for that raid, Kitchen Confidence. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome. I'm Jason. Stream here on Twitch 3 nights a week, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Fridays and Sundays I just start have some fun, do various recipes, do various national food holidays, things like that. But Wednesdays, like today, I do ingredient challenges. So tonight, I am turning corn dogs into salad, soup, and a sandwich. Welcome in, everyone. What were we cooking tonight, Kitchen Confidence? LB. And by a salad, soup, and a sandwich, I mean panzanella, corn dog soup, or bread soup. And this is going to be cornmeal cookies with a corn dog in the center of them. And they are going to be our buns, along with our corn dog ice cream that I already have freezing up in the freezer here. You got this loveliness chilling down, which is a combination of condensed milk, whipped cream, and corn dogs. Sort of a easy at home hack for making ice cream. No eggs involved. It's just high fat. And because I forgot to add the egg in this earlier, or rather I misread the recipe, I'm adding my egg into our cookie recipe a bit late, but that was supposed to be added in after our fat and sugar.
Rebel and Alliance action. Okay, someone's gonna have to fill me in on what that was. Other than Star Wars related. No, I would normally make corn dogs, but the sort of thing that I've got running here with the ingredient challenge, which I hold a weekly challenge or weekly vote on my Discord channel, and this week it was between corn dogs and LaCroix, or the flavored waters. I've done a wide number of past events. This is now I think this is about the 25th week now, and I've done candy corn, crickets, popcorn, Pocky, after 8 dinner mints, all sorts of things. Just oddball ingredients that I have to then turn into both savory and sweet dessert dinner. And I'm drinking a little bit of cheapo rosé or Riesling tonight. We got this equivalent of $2 chuck. It's a $4 chuck. It's wine sold by the sort of family supermarkets and such in the area here. I live in Sonoma County, so a fair amount of wine on my stream here. But typically the more affordable ones. I know just enough about wine to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm certainly not an expert. I've taken a few courses here and there, but I wouldn't say that I'm anywhere near some of the other people that I know and knowledge and all that stuff. But this is turning out great. This has got some nice minerality to it, which myself, I'm a huge minerality nut when it comes to white wines. And so it's got a decent amount of minerality, but otherwise it's sort of like a sugar water. It's really inoffensive, really easy to drink, really smooth. That's good. That's a great. I'd recommend that as a good summer wine. Maybe a little sweet for summer wine, but definitely a nice sipping wine, especially if you're not looking for anything with any tannins or anything that are going to get you going. But let's make some cookies. Cookies. Pen and parchment time. And ice cream scoop time. Nice. I'm squeezing these down on purpose because we got to add our corn dogs to these. No worries, Lexi. Pretty happy with this recipe, even though I sort of messed it up with the egg. Seems to be doing alright without it anyways. I think we'll just do 6 on this tray to start. We'll do 2 trays. The great thing about a scoop like this, the ice cream scoops like these, is while they're not your typical measurements, I don't know, they probably sell them in typical measurements now. They are all the same size. So you don't have to worry about portioning your cookies at all. They use these all the time in commercial kitchens for portioning. And most of them, they're typically sold by their scoop number. I don't know if this one has one on the on its. Typically they engrave the scoop number. Yeah, there's a number 30, which is the number of scoops you get out of, I think it's a gallon, or out of a standard size. So this will give us 30 cookies or 30 scoops of ice cream out of a container. We'll set that aside until later. Give these a push down as well. Ooh, battle time. Okay, that means 90-second pre-roll time. Well, like I said, I think it's a gallon of ice cream. Squeeze these off of the stick. Again, I was really shocked by how sweet this is. Like, they have to be using some really sweet corn to get their cornmeal breading that sweet without... There's no added sugar in there, at least not in the ingredient list. They can hide sugar all over the place in it, but... Do a double check here on the... Yeah, there's no added sugar, but these are sweet. Sweet, sweet. But it's time to run our Stream Raiders battle. See how we fare here. Take a wine break. Victory. Head Mama Bear getting those kills for us. Solid Shape pulling up the assists. Only 2 assists with all those kills? Let's see who we get for rewards. Entropy and Edgy Hercules getting those scrolls. Congrats, gentlemen. Or ladies. I'm not familiar. For sure. And all sorts of gold for me. Yeah, that's just what I need. And we'll continue on here. I did all my quests and leveling up the last match. Alright. We'll see how we do in 30 minutes there. Meantime, we're adding our corn dogs to our... Actually, I might go with the serrated blade for this. Let's do a serrated blade on this. Cookies are hopefully going to rise up around them a little bit, but try and emphasize it. Try and fit them in the center here a little bit. Nope, we're using that one for salad since it's our odd piece. Already got our oven preheated to 350. So I'm just going to throw these straight into the oven after I get them all tucked into their dough. Oh, you got to cut a couple more. It's almost Formula One season again, yay! Well, technically the season started. You have to wait until next Sunday, though. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. Got some interesting dates coming up here in the next 2 weeks here. We got Friday this week, I'm doing Dulce de Leche brownies, and pairing that with some chicken and dumplings. That should be a nice fun dinner. And Sunday I'm doing strawberries. Next week we'll have our next ingredient challenge next Wednesday. But Friday and Sunday next week I'm doing fish and chips on Friday, and gonna try doing crepe chimichangas, my own creation, my own idea here for next Sunday. So we got our cookies ready to go in the oven, 350 degree oven. Already preheated. And how long we gotta give these? Probably 15. I'm loosely following a recipe here. 12. Corn dogs are my own addition, but cookie recipe is loosely my own design here. Hiccup, hiccup. Corn dog. Yeah. So sweet. There's so much sugar in that, hidden in that. Let's have something sweet to follow that down. Cheers, everyone. Sweet, sweet corn. Oops, sorry for that clanging. And I'm going to start in on my soup. Already chopped up most of our veggies for tonight's soup. Started off doing some veggies while we were waiting on the corn dogs to cook. So we got some red onion and celery going on there. Also got some chicken stock that I defrosted. Made this on stream a while ago. February 28th, so not too long ago. A couple weeks. What did I do with my scissors? I'm going to use all that tonight, so I'm not going to worry about the Ziploc. But we're actually going to start our soup off with the blender. Because I'm going to blend our stock up with a little bit of the corn dogs. We're going to do both chunky and pureed for our soup. Cycling in front over here. And let's see. I think I'm going to do 2 pureed in with it and 1 that's chopped up in. We'll have to mute my mic here for a moment while we run the blender here. Gonna have to do a couple more of these, I think. But yeah, that looks like soup, doesn't it? Okay, we got our pan plenty hot back here. Add our veggies in. No worries, Red Nut. I tried to talk with my mic muted anyways, too. Hit these with some salt and pepper. A bit more salt and pepper for our soup base. If you guys have, if any of you have seen bread soup, this is along the lines of what I'm shooting for. It's sort of a light soup. It looks actually somewhat like that. But that's just basically chicken stock and a little bit of corn dog in there right now. Let's see how these other... I actually picked up two types of corn dogs here. I picked up corn dogs, I picked up bagel dogs. So they're not really the challenge here, but I'm going to use it as the... Okay. So we got that. We got these. These were $3.50. Okay. Yay! Welcome back, Lexi. These things are basically like pancake. I mean, they're that sweet. When I say that these are sweet, they're sweet. Especially after they cool down. They're like so sweet. Like, these are sweeter than I think probably any other corn dog I've ever eaten. I guess I'm going to use all these in with the salad. Nice solid hot dog in those, though. Oh, don't tell me it's 2 in the morning for Lexi. She likes hanging out here. I want to keep her up all night. Hey, Bun Buns. Welcome back. How you doing this evening? So this is going into our salad. This is going to be our panzanella salad here. Allow this to hang out with our previously chopped up tomatoes, cucumbers, and onion. There's a little celery in there too. That's not enough. We're definitely going to have to use a couple of those other corn dogs in there with that, but that'll get us started with that. So this is going to be our... Oh, cool. That's going to be our salad tonight. So we got these like this, and according to the directions on this one, I need to wrap it in foil, which is a little strange. But that should be our cookies ready. Let's grab a bit of foil here and wrap this one up first before we pull the cookies out. And we're going to swap. We're going to take the cookies out. We're going to add the corn dogs in. Those top ones look like they can use a second. The bottom ones are looking a little more done. Didn't puff up as much as I thought. Still decent cookies, and they still got a corn dog in the center of them. Arg. Places to put things down. I don't have a place to put anything down. Ah. There we go. And turn the heat off on our celery and onions. We're going to swap out these for these. We're going to give those 20 minutes. And going to take that time to, we're going to need a larger container for that too. I guess we're making more soup than I intended. Making more of everything than I intended. We'll add our base of our bread soup, or our corn dog bread soup, or corn dog soup. Knowing that Kitchen Confidence regularly makes soup for work, I can just imagine how much he's cringing right now. Or actually, I don't know if he's changed positions or he used to make soup regularly for work. Everyone's changing up what they do these days.
They're looking at you? They're looking at me, aren't they? We'll add our veggies in. It looks like a couple of those onions got a little dark. Bring that up to temp. We're going to have to bring this up to a near boil here because I haven't cooked that stock in a little bit. Let's see how our... Yeah, they're going to take a while to set up here. They're looking good, though. Let's see how much longer we got. We got a while on that. So I'm doing the basil now. I got to clean some basil for our panzanella salad. Love the smell of basil. Actually, it's probably right up there with that whole sauteing onion and garlic smell. This is pretty potent stuff. I don't know if I want to smell it all the time, though. Sorry, Obi. Doesn't like weird periods. Yeah, I can see what you wrote. I know you weren't... Not that I were worried about a link from you anyways, but... Past experience has me thinking that allowing randoms to come in here and just post a link is probably a bad plan. So that's why that's there. I think we'll save the rest of that. I think that's plenty of basil for our salad here. That didn't work. Thank you for gifting that sub, Lexi. Welcome into Brigade, Redbird Steelskin. Appreciate that, Lexi.
Okay, knife skill time. If you want to be fancy, you can sit there and layer all the leaves inside of each other. If I'm trying to do a perfect chiffonade, that's what I'm doing. But we're going to toss this in with a salad, so it's not going to be too noticeable if it's not all perfect. Another one. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you for gifting that sub to Obe. Yeah, I should have taken the time and done this properly. Corn dog pizza. You could even do cornmeal in the crust. There we go. Good hefty amount of basil in our bread salad, or our panzanella, or our corn dog salad. Now we just need a little bit more corn dog in there. Oops, a couple of strays. We don't like strays. Strays are not good. But the rest of it looks like it was cut decent for being so haphazard. Nice guess. Oh, let's do our pre-roll for our next battle. 90-second ad. I'll sit here and sip in wine. I've actually almost done okay with dishes here tonight. I was actually all like, I did all my cleanup on, I did dinner on yesterday night, and so I had cleaned up everything after last night's dinner, and so I didn't have anything to clean up. Like, no, at the very least, I typically have to like wipe down the counters and stuff before I get going to stream, or I'll typically have a couple of things hanging out here waiting for me to clean up before the stream, but I was like sitting here like, everything's done. I just gotta change. Alright. Let's run our battle. See how we do in this epic battle. Red Nut starting away with the kills. Uh-oh. Our right side of our team here seems to have mostly been wiped out. I'm dead too. I died. Entropy stealing those kills away now. Shouldn't use the word steal since Red Nut coming back at the end. I still had those assists. Nice. Let's see who wins our rewards. Edgy Hercules, Tahiti Lady, and Entropy. Congrats. Let's do one last map for the evening. There we go, we'll see how we do. Got our soup coming up to a boil here. Much longer. We got another 6 minutes on our dogs in the oven. Let's take a look at our cookies. Cookies are solid. Not bad. Those are pretty good. That leftover dough by itself is going to be good. But the meat actually is a nice contrast with the honey and everything else in the cornmeal cookie. The soup is chicken stock that I made previously on stream here. That was back at the end of February. I pureed that with a corn dog with 2 corn dogs. Oh, I've certainly seen cookies with bacon in them before. I certainly made cookies with bacon in them before. But so we got chicken stock, we got some darkly cooked onions and celery, and 2 corn dogs pureed into that. And then I'm gonna chop up at least 1 more, if not 2 more corn dogs, and toss those in there too. As you can see, that's thickened up a little bit as it heats up here. Those bubbles are not that loose water bubble. They've got some viscosity to them. That's because of the corn dog in there. Probably mostly the cornmeal is going to sit there and soak up all that stock. And this is traditionally both this and the panzanella are traditional recipes. They're both Italian recipes where they're using up old bread. You use your old crusty, stale, leftover bread and Mix it with tomatoes and veggies, and you got yourself an instant salad. It gives you a little crunch. The bread soaks up all that. We're going to make a dressing for this as well, a simple Italian-style dressing. And the bread soaks that up. It soaks up all the juices from all the veggies, and it just becomes deliciousness. Same thing here. The bread that you're putting into this sort of falls apart and becomes a part of the soup, but it thickens the soup for you. And so it's like a veggie soup with some bread in it that thickens it up. Let's see how our ice cream is looking. Give our ice cream a stir here. The problem with homemade ice cream, or at least that I have found, is it's always only best on the first night that you make it. And the second, third nights, it's typically a little too hard. Like, it freezes a little bit more solid than your typical commercial ice cream. And I'm not just talking this high-fat recipe that I've done here tonight. It doesn't seem to matter for me. It just solidifies up super hard compared to most commercial ice creams. That's yummy too. That's got that cornmeal flavor all through it. Don't really get the hot dog. Get the cornmeal throughout the ice cream there. But there is some hot dog in there too, so. Throw that back in the freezer for another minute until we're ready to make our sandwiches. Welcome, Juicy. Thank you for that resub. Appreciate that. How you doing? We're doing corn dogs, and we're turning corn dogs into soup, salad, and a sandwich. The sandwich going to be for dessert here. Going to do ice cream sandwiches using corn dog cookies with corn dog ice cream. We got a panzanella or corn dog salad going. And on the stove, we've got a bread soup or corn dog soup boiling away. Hopefully thickening up that water as we go here. And our second batch of corn dogs for the night should be ready. To throw our bagel dog in there a little bit longer. Okay. So I think we're doing 2 of these in the soup and 2 of these in the salad. Wow, these are toasty. Yep, it's our challenge ingredient for the evening, using corn dogs in our dinner and dessert. Nice! Yeah, it's not raining now. It's supposed to rain for me overnight. I was worried about it this morning. I went and walked to the store and picked up my last minute things for tonight's dinner. Okay, we got to make our simple Italian dressing, but otherwise here is our corn dog panzanella. Close up on that deliciousness. Okay, let's make our salad dressing for our salad. I'm going to wait till the last minute to throw those in there. I'm going to keep this cooking low and slow. Little pan consolidation here. Corn dog dressing? No, I'm going pretty simple with the dressing for tonight. Hi there. How you doing? Give you a close-up on my head there, apparently. Oil. Vinegar. And do a little apple cider vinegar. And I bought some malt vinegar so that I have malt vinegar for fish and chips next week. Gotta have malt vinegar for fish and chips. Oh, that ain't gonna work. That's gonna take forever. And a little cheap olive oil. Or cheap oil. My sunflower cooking oil. Bit of salt. MSG. And black pepper. little cayenne. In this case, we're less using cayenne for adding heat and more as using it as like a cleanser or palate cleanser type. It acts much the way other acids will in small amounts. That was a very, very, very tiny bit of garlic and a little bit of onion as well. Lastly, a little mustard powder. There we go. Corn dog panzanella. Debating whether to finish the soup first. Yeah, let's finish the soup first. Add in all of our hot dogs, or corn dogs, that don't try and escape on the floor. And there is our finished soup. Ah, juicy. Moment too late. So there we go. There's our cornbread panzanella. Focus. And our corn dog soup. Let's see what we got down here. See how our bagel dog looks. Used for water earlier. Get a photo of this deliciousness. Okay. I sort of feel like that's sort of bready for a corn dog to me. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a bagel dog. I don't know if that's a winner. I guess the dog is a better quality than the ones that are in the Applegates, at least flavor-wise. But considering that one dog is equal to like the price of 4 of these. Ooh, that's a tough one. There we go. There's our hot dog sandwich. Gonna have to make 2 of those, I think. Will they guess it? Oh, there's corn dog in the ice cream too. Sort of light, but it's certainly in there, and it's seriously, it's noticeable if you look at it. Give you all a close up here on everything. Ice cream could use a little bit more solidification. It's a little soft still, but it's like perfect eating temp at the same time. But this is going in the freezer probably. This is certainly going back in the freezer. Yeah, and that cornmeal. That corn is like throughout the ice cream. That was quite good. I'm happy with that choice. Okay, what else we got to do here? Gotta give you all a close-up on our soup and our panzanella, because we get better color on this camera. We got our bread soup. And our panzanella. Nice guess on the cassoulet. Alright, let's see how long we got until our next battle here. See how well this goes with our Riesling. Our sugar water. Our $4 alcoholic sugar water. Okay, you got 3 minutes left until our next battle. I'm gonna put these ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. So that they're ready for me later. I'm gonna eat this hot dog. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of the bagel dog. Corn dogs are much better than bagel dogs, I think. Okay. Good with that, good with that. Yeah. I don't need more bread. So we're just hanging out for a minute here for our battle. Well, I talk to you all with my mouth full. We'll obviously skip the ad before our last one here. I still have a fork available here somewhere, don't I? Yeah. Let's try us some of this while we're here on stream. How can that be bad? I mean, the only thing that's maybe weird about it is the hot dogs. Honestly, the hot dogs sort of disappear, too. The crunch of the celery sort of outdoes them in texture. And the cucumber. Perhaps a little heavy on the basil, but that's more probably me. People love basil. I love the smell of basil. And we got our bread soup. Oh, we're still on main, aren't we? You're not even seeing what I'm doing. We got our bread soup. Or our corn dog soup. Well, I think so, Obe. What do you find weird about hot dogs in a salad? Alright. Last Stream Raiders battle of the evening. I don't know if I've had them. I've certainly seen them before. There's all sorts of weird salads out there. There's... I assume it's sort of like a inside joke thing, but I've seen several iterations of a Big Mac being turned into a salad. Sort of one of those, you know, it's a potluck and you get stuck with salads and you hate salads sort of a thing. Bring a Big Mac as a salads. But there's certainly all those gelatin salads of the 70s and the 60s where they were turning everything into Jell-O salad. They had all sorts of, like, mayo and hot dogs and all sorts of weird savory ingredients in their Jell-O dishes. Maybe that's what I should do as far as a subscriber goal or something. Maybe I should, you know, if we get to I don't know if I like aspic either. Grats entropy on the kills. Red Nut with the assists. Let's see who's get the 50 gold to Red Nut. Alright, and that's going to conclude Stream Raiders for tonight. And the stream for tonight, I think. So I'm going to go and enjoy this lovely soup and salad. Maybe I'll have myself a cookie or two later on. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Oh, hey, let's do our... Quick before I've even started my next week's my raid. We got to set up our vote for next week. I keep forgetting to do this during the stream, so I'm glad I remembered this week. So we're doing, for the 24th, what do we have for ingredients? I don't think we had any new 3s, so I think we're looking for 2. So let's see if we got any 3s in here. Oh, we do have plantains with 3 now. So it looks like plantains versus coffee grounds. Since I start from the top down, unless there's one with more votes. So, plantains versus coffee grounds for next week. And You can vote for your choice of the two by clicking on that chef logo. You can vote for both if you like, or just one. And over here, I'd welcome anyone and everyone to make your own suggestions to add to our list of ingredients of future votes. Remove our old ones here. We have plantains from Zulu. Apologize, I don't remember off the top of my head what your Twitch name is. But I know you're a regular. So both of those are in this week's vote. And so next Wednesday, coffee grounds or plantains, you guys get to choose. You lovely individuals get to choose. And let's see, who can we give a raid to? I think we're going over to lovely streamer who just actually followed me just the other day. Oh, are they? Yeah, they are still on. Okay. We're gonna go hang out with Cooking Girl, who's another Team Bone In food and drink streamer, regular streamer. I'd like to thank you all for joining me this evening. Appreciate your company. Appreciate you hanging out with me. And I hope to see you back on Friday and or Sunday, whether you love strawberries or chocolate and caramel or chicken and dumplings. Anyways, that's all lovely stuff coming up, and I hope to see you back soon. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you and bye-bye.